What is up, you guys? Carlo here, and today I'm going to talk about the latest Mario movie trailer. The latest Mario movie trailer. Sorry for how I said that word. But anyway, so what I thought overall looked really fun and looked really interesting and actually engaging for once. And I think there's a lot of potential in the final film when it comes out if they expand it well enough. So I have yet to see what it's like when it actually comes out. But anyway, let's talk about. So first impression, the visuals look absolutely amazing. The lighting looks great. There's this cool camera movement or some camera focus tilt thing. I don't know if it's a tilt, but camera focus transition or effects that's in the sync scene. Particles look really interesting and authentic, and the environments are very Mario-like, but they still transition well to the feature film standards that you'd expect in a 3D animated film. And looking at it, I think the amount of waiting we had could actually be worth it. I've yet to see more of the movie when it comes out. Like, maybe we'll see more of what the castle's like with all those weird skeletons, and maybe we'll see more interesting powers and stuff like that. But again, it's still just a trailer, so we gotta wait and see. But it looks really promising so far. Characterization also looks pretty promising as well. I think with Mario, they made it pretty realistic, because in the Mushroom Realm, as shown in the earlier trailer, he's new to this entire world, so it would make sense for him to be inexperienced at least in some scenes. He seems to be a lot more competent in the racing bit and when he's using the Tanuki suit, because in that fish scene, the cheap scene to be precise, and when he was doing that platforming training, obviously he looked awkward there, but with the racing bits in the Tanuki suit bit as well, or scene, sorry, I didn't mean to say bit, I think there's some promise. Like, they'll eventually have the character evolve, which would be a nice thing to have. And now for Peach, I think she's pretty promising as well as a character. Again, we're not having much, but I think if they expand it further in this film, we'll get something real. I do think it's really good that she's actually more competent as royalty to her kingdom, because we barely get that in a lot of Mario games. And I'm glad there's something after that. Like we're not going in this territory where people can talk a lot about how bad she was as a game character. And hopefully that's really the case. Like, hopefully she'll become interesting in this movie. And the same thing goes with the Mario Brothers, Bowser, Donkey Kong, and the Toads. Because we're already getting some pretty good promise. We just need to wait for the final film to really flesh it out. Because that's the obvious case. The final film is watching it for yourself is when you're really going to figure it out. But one thing I do want to get out of my chest is that I don't understand the woke agenda talk about what this trailer is showing us for what the movie could be. Because here's the thing. Peach is not new to this world, and Mario is. So it would make sense that he seems inexperienced at first. I mean, would you guys instantly become better if you were in that same situation? No, you wouldn't. In a game, when you're playing it, it's not going to matter what the character goes through or how hard the character's having it, because you're controlling that character. But this is a movie where the character controls himself. So that's one thing we have to understand. And obviously, I know Peach didn't have many flaws that were shown in the trailer, but again, they could be in the final film, or they could be all revealed. And just like every movie, a lot of things are answered when you watch the film, and unless they find ways to still confuse you. But that's a thing. That's the thing. We just have to wait and see. And speaking of woke agenda, I think one problem is that we are so used. I think because we're used to it, there are plenty of people getting worried about how this movie could turn out. But who knows? This movie could surprise us, but we have yet to see, but hopefully it does. Anyway, Donkey Kong had a kind of a small spotlight, but who knows? Maybe he and Mario will become allies sometime. Like, maybe after some kind of some rematch thing. Like, if the two decide, you know what, let's team up together and stuff like that. But who knows? There could be something. And let's see here. I do want to talk about the potential story as well. I'm getting the idea that there is a kind of war between the Mushroom Kingdom and Bowser's Kingdom, and then Mario decides that he wants to help as well, and he has to go through this journey of getting all this experience and eventually becoming the awesome hero that people would want in the Mario film. And because obviously, I mean, heck, I don't know how kids would tolerate it if they gave Mario a little spotlight or little character growth because obviously a lot of kids would be into the character whether you're a kid or an adult, you'd want this movie to really pull out a lot of things well. So there's that. Luigi's obviously going to have to get rescued, and he's clearly in danger as well. Like, man, what's going to happen to him? How far is Bowser going to torment Luigi in the first place? Well, again, we have yet to see, and what kind of stuff will be in there? Like, what kind of mechanics will transition well? That's we're already getting something with a racing bit and a Tanuki suit, so maybe they'll show something really cool with those elements. And maybe we'll have something cool with the Fire Flower, because that will be interesting. Because imagine how much they could pull off with the Fire Flower, depending on how they can do it. And also, there was a bit of Yoshi in there as well. Plenty of Yoshis in there. So we have yet to see how, like, maybe Mario will have some kind of interaction with the two. Like, maybe it can actually be kind of cute. Because who would not want that in a Yoshi scene? But what do you guys think? What do you guys think of the Mario movie trailer? Like, do you think it looks really cool so far? Like, is there something that you really hope gets more fleshed out, or more something like that in the film when it comes out on theaters? What do you guys think? Let me know what you think in the comment section, and I will be glad to hear from you guys. But anyway, I think that's enough for me to say, and I will see you guys later.